everyone. I'm Vedika Agarwal, a first-year undergraduate student at Plaksha and a member of the organizing team for the Infinity Ideathon. We are so excited to have you all here today to present some of the amazing work the Ideathon participants have come up with over the past week. These students have put in a lot of hard work and research into their presentations, and I'm personally very proud of the ideas that they have come up with. So we planned the Ideathon event with three main tracks in mind, which were healthcare, education, and inclusivity, as we found these to be the main areas that concern the world right now. And improvements in them would cause a huge positive impact in the quality of life for the masses. We tied these together with sustainability through the Sustainable Development Goals outlined by the United Nations, which also depict the main growth areas for the world to create lasting change. I would like to thank Professor Amit Sheth and Professor Rucha Joshi for helping us conduct workshops on these themes, and students then use the insights they gain from these workshops to enhance their presentations. So as Sanat mentioned, student teams were assigned problem statements to work on based on these topics, such as how to improve rural healthcare with special emphasis on senior citizens, how to incorporate different learning styles of students in a classroom, and how to improve the everyday life of people with disabilities. The first round gave the teams 48 hours to come up with innovative and creative solutions to solve these problems, while answering a variety of prompts along the way. We then selected our three finalist teams with the help of evaluations conducted by our Tech Leader Fellowship or TLP students who are pursuing a one-year fellowship program at Plaksha University. These three teams were then given 24 hours to expand their solutions, and with some guidance from their student mentors, they refined their ideas that they're going to present to you shortly. So without further ado, I am extremely excited to invite our first team to present their ideas, consisting of Soham Sharma, Vaibhavi Thorat, Soham Dasgupta, and Levente.
Health is not valued until sickness comes. This quote says a lot on its own. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Soham, and I'll introduce you to our team. We are a group of four ambitious people, fresh with ideas. Levente, with his amazing research skills. Vaibhavi, with her amazing way around words. Soham, with his creative mind. And me, with my design skills. We were given the prompt of how can we improve the state of healthcare system in rural areas with special emphasis on senior citizens. And after racking our brains, we present to you Meditek. Let's first define the problem. 8% of primary healthcare centers don't have any medical staff. 39% don't have lab technicians, and 18% don't even have a pharmacist. The situation is indeed severe. The main reason is the lack of proper equipment and the unavailability of practiced medical professionals. Who does it impact? The unreliable nature of the PHCs in rural areas affects most of the rural population, senior citizens and women being at the top. Our problem statement is linked with the following SDGs: no poverty, good health and well-being, clean water and sanitation, decent work and economic growth, and partnerships. The link to the last two SDGs is as a result of our solution involving both the upliftment of economic status of rural areas as well as partnerships with organizations. Meditek is an application that enables patients to connect with specialized doctors online, also known as telemedicine. It would also feature a method to digitalize the medical records of patients, as well as inform its users about the upcoming healthcare workshops which are organized by the government. It could also feature to order life-saving medicines to be delivered through a partnership with a transportation company. Now, my good friend Soham will take you through its components.
So the statistic that 700 million rural areas don't have access to quality healthcare. The problem of this large magnitude, we propose a dynamic solution consisting of 4 parts. The first part is using telemedicine. We hope to set up a system of virtual medical calls between the doctor and the patient. This not only negates the geographical barrier, but also get access to aid. We would also want to use a national health ledger to store the medical records of all patients using blockchain technology. Talking about blockchain technology, we also hope to digitalize the medical records of all patients, similar to the EMR system set up in Dakota. We hope to set up a distributed networking system that tracks every patient's condition. By doing this, we set up treatment methods and modern doc network. Once again, helping negate the geographical barrier and providing virtual access to medical aid. Thirdly, we hope to set up healthcare workshops in rural areas to make them literate about basic healthcare practices. These include how to conduct CPR, measure blood pressure and heartbeat, introducing mobile stroke units to find people at the risk of heart attack with insurance and knowing what they're covered under. Finally, by partnering with the transportation company, whether it's cabs, taxis, or buses, we want to make sure that they go on a timely basis to provide life-saving medicines and in-person consultations. Also, both doctors and patients can be transported both ways on a timely basis when in need. Finally, we also want to work with community health workers and nursing homes to conduct community need assessments to see how dire the situation really is. Now, to present the prototype of our app Meditek, I want to pass on the baton to Levente and Soham.
So here we see our prototype homepage for Meditek. It will feature multi-language functionality as well as large icons for easy accessibility.
It also offers clear text for better understanding and finally icons that are relevant to their functions. Take it away, Vabevi.
After brainstorming through a lot of ideas, we gave our priorities to the following ones: trust, inclusivity, availability, accessibility, and affordability. Now, the question arises: is it cost effective? As we are already dealing with the poor economic section, the question is apt. To provide free consultation, we can tie up with doctors and paramedics employed in the government sector through telemedicine. Digitalizing the records add up to its accessibility from anywhere, and it's effective for environment as we go paperless. Also, looking at the increasing petrol and diesel rates, the internet is much more affordable option. Now, Levente will take you through its applicability to the world.
Throughout this process, you must ask yourself this question: is this something we could and would want to see in the world? Telemedicine would eliminate the lack of skilled professional doctors through audio or video conferencing, and digitized EMRs would enable the doctor to check the health status of his or her patient anywhere in the world. In addition, healthcare workshops would make the people living in rural areas literate about basic healthcare. Finally, partnering up with a transportation company would enable the people to receive life-saving medicines on a same-day delivery basis. To ensure the functionality of our product, we could implement previously existing technologies that offer ideal additions to our original solution. For better results, Cheetah's EMR and video conferencing software can be used in our solution. These additions will allow healthcare professionals to access billing information, patient or appointment management, as well as medication orders at ease. On to you, Vabevi.
Inclusivity. We came up with Meditek to be easy to navigate as well as implement modern day technology such that children, senior citizens, as well as the other sections of the society can reap the benefits of our Meditek. Now, Levente will take you through what things we didn't tackle or we couldn't tackle.
One thing we couldn't tackle is the poor quality of the equipment in PHCs in rural areas and the results of medical tests which are still unreliable. This is because it is up to the government and the manufacturers to distribute the medical equipment and also follow up on the regular condition of the equipment.
Thank you guys for listening to us. Hope you enjoyed our presentation. Stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day ahead.
Thank you so much, team. That was an amazing idea. I'll now like to call the next team, which is Aryan Jain, Charu Agarwal, Heath Diwale, and Shubhika Khanna.
Good afternoon, everyone. Every child has the right to quality education, and Dream in a Box is designed to achieve this objective. During the summer, I, along with my friends, were supporting children of construction workers in Gurgaon. And during our engagement, we realized that the biggest concern they had was the access to quality education. More so given their parents' nature of job, which required frequent relocation. Further, a staggering 51% of the parents believe that their children find the current teaching methods challenging as it is too textbook oriented, and also they themselves, not being educated, are not able to contribute much.
This problem of access to quality education is global, and 258 million children were out of school in 2018. And the ongoing pandemic has only deepened this problem, leading to a much lower school completion rate. As even evident from the map on the screen, there is very low primary secondary completion rate in most low and middle income countries. There are several reasons behind this low school completion rate, from poverty, cost factors, language barrier, distance and access, to poor quality infrastructure, and much more. While there are challenges, we researched to see if there are ways in which some of these challenges could be overcome to improve the quality of education and create enough pull factors to drive inclusive education. Referring to experiments in other domains, like health education, we felt an education methodology built with focus on various learning types of students could be much more inclusive and help address some of the softer challenges. Accordingly, we wanted to build an education delivery model that is engaging and focuses on various learning styles of students, thereby solve learning outcome challenges in low income countries. Presenting Dream in a Box, a modular, experiential, and technology enabled learning kit to make foundational education fun, inclusive, experiential, and accessible while factoring various learning styles and preferences of children, thereby providing quality education at low cost at scale. Dream in a Box caters to various unique learning habits of students, and accordingly, the methodology elements include digital, experiential, visual, kinesthetic, and auditory learning.
There were several design principles which we considered while designing Dream in a Box. We wanted to ensure it is low cost, has multi-language support, uses technology effectively to help scale, factors various learning styles, and should have applicability in low or no internet environments. Factoring diversity of learning styles was at the core of our design, and we used the VARC framework, that is visual, auditory, reading, and kinesthetic requirements to ensure the same. We also considered the fact that we are creating this product for the low income segments and accordingly optimized it for specific visual features and hands-on engagement. Dream in a Box has three distinct kits. The first kit is for student evaluation called Assessment in a Box. The second kit is for the students called Student in a Box. And for the teachers, we have Teacher in a Box. Built on the VARC framework, a Student in a Box kit is for a group of 10 students, which contains 2 tablets for digital content, which also works without internet, science experiment kits, DIY activities, worksheets, flashcards, manuals on how to use the kit, and much more, providing a comprehensive syllabus coverage using technology and physical aids to students. Students in rural and underprivileged backgrounds drop out a lot more. Some return to school after missing a year or two. Many have misunderstanding of concepts. Therefore, their age does not correspond with the grades they should be in. The assessment kit helps find the right grade for the student. Similarly, the Teacher in a Box helps the teacher with lesson plans, worksheets, instructions, and lesson contents, each of which is available in various delivery forms for children with various needs. Unlike other initiatives like OLPC, one laptop per child, or pure digital or physical methods, Dream in a Box is a hybrid model designed for various learning styles, addressing low infrastructure requirements, and offers hands-on engagement with best-in-class content at an affordable cost. Dream in a Box will come in the form of grade-wise quarterly kits. The content and curriculum will be centrally developed according to the affiliated board and distributed to all schools. Dream in a Box with the sharing model has been made affordable and shall be delivered at USD 8 per month per student, and at scale this cost can be further optimized to USD 5. Dream in a Box takes almost all aspects of affordable and quality education to drive stickiness and achieve the objective of making education fun, engaging, leading to lower dropout rates, and taking education to remote locations.
Dream in a Box, if adopted by governments, can go a long way to achieve SDG 4 of providing inclusive and equitable quality education and also have an impact on other SDGs by reducing inequalities and ensuring responsible consumption. While we have developed this concept, some areas need further work. Engagement with the Education Ministry and proof of concept pilot to evaluate the impact on learning outcomes is the next logical step. Thank you for listening to us and join us in building the foundation to ensure that every child has a right to quality education. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. I think from your presentation, it's very evident how much research and work has gone into it. So thank you. And I'd now like to call our last but not least, Krish Agarwal, Ira Banda, and Nandika Jain.
So here we talk about our problem. Differently abled people were not an integrated part of our society. They were not treated as one. So here we're tackling problems to prevent that.
Yeah, so we identified 5 problems. So so these are the 5 problems which we saw. Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, so the first problem is household work. So people who have limb impairment struggle on daily basis with basic things like washing clothes, dishes, etc. While they're traveling, they're not able to take public transport usually, and it's usually a struggle for them. While they shop, they're not able to check the amount of money they have usually with coins and stuff like that. And they don't even know which color or stuff that they're buying. So it usually becomes a problem. Education is also a big struggle for them. People who are disabled, differently abled, or have other reading problems are not able to get the same education. And in social life, they might be socially discriminated against.
So who does this problem mainly impact? So as per the census of 2011, India has around 121 crore of differently abled population, which accounts to 2.21%. And basically what our idea caters is to help in all the problems which we discussed in the previous slide. So we conducted a social survey where we asked people what problems do they have from people who able or differently able. So
the first question that we asked them was if they knew a person who has a disability. And the second one was that do they face any problems in doing their day-to-day activities? So you can see the answers.
Yeah, so everyone said that they mainly faced in education. They find it hard doing daily chores, or they have basic cognition or socializing skills. We also asked that do they require assistance from friends, family, or servants? So a majority did say yes. And are they always available to help them? So some good majority said that sometimes or no. And we also wanted to solve the education problem for the differently abled children. So they usually go to a day school, but some of them prefer a special school or prefer being homeschooled. And a lot of them are suffering from education gaps as well. And they might be taught. I mean, people said that they were not sure if they were being taught correctly or not. So we wanted to make them aware. So what our solution is basically that we're creating an app-based platform that provides help and support to all these differently able people in their day-to-day tasks and activities. So some features of our app would be that they would be helped in their day-to-day activities, help children overcome learning gaps, like children who are having dyslexia, and then provide a base to form a community of similar people. Yeah, so we can discuss about day-to-day activities.
Yeah, so the people who log in into our app can hire a caretaker or a person who can help them with their day-to-day activities.
And we also aim to provide quality education by specially trained tutors, which will help and understand their needs and problems, and tools like Braille. And Chandika, can you explain the community part?
Yeah, so our users will be invited to join the community, and there'll be smaller communities inside which discuss their hobbies, aspirations, as well as it can even help them to discuss the problems they have and find common solutions.
Yeah, so we are enabling our users to use any form of media which they want to interact. And some of the people that will be connected to our platform, the first one being the Sahayaks. The Sahayaks will be responsible to provide care and support in every possible way, and they will be undergoing a special training process which will be defined by our team. And we will also collect the end user, which is the differently able person, about their feedback through volunteers. Uh, so the tutors are also will also be trained in through special organizations like CEC or the Council for Exceptional Children, which might expose them to the problems which the children might face while teaching them. Yeah, Ira, can you talk about the volunteers?
Yeah, so the volunteers can, be from anywhere and they can help. They can join the app and they can help the differently abled people.
Yeah, so the volunteers will have a job to take in do I mean they will be locally placed to where in their locality if there is a disabled person, they will be able to go to their home and then help them go through get a run through with the app. And yeah, and connecting some SDGs, so good health and well-being, quality education, decent work and economic growth, and reduced inequalities. So these are some points which we think it is connected in some way. And priorities, Nandita?
Our priorities, so our priorities are obviously to help the differently abled people in their day-to-day activities and to provide a platform for them to form a community and also to provide part-time and full-time job opportunities.
Yeah. So, Nandika, can you do
Yeah,
this?
the cost effective analysis. So the first one is by taking house help. So the problem here is that they might take leaves and they can misbehave. The second scenario is when friends and family help them. They might not always be available to assist them, and it might make them feel as if they're a burden on them. The third scenario is the Sahayak. So we will for sure send them help at any time, and we will be liable for any losses or damages. So it's the perfect solution.
And here is how it stands on a graph. So you can refer to the legend for it. So we stand quite beneficial according to this graph we have. And how will this apply to the real world? So our apps will be deployed on iOS, Android, and the web. And we will also integrate our apps through Alexa, Google Assistant, or Siri, where a person who has a specific disability like blindness or they are limb disabled, they can interact with the app without even seeing or touching it. Yeah, so our idea is inclusive. We are helping to bring people from all sections of the society, and we will also like to partner with working professionals through their CSR initiative. Some gaps in our solution that we identified are that the app might not be useful for people like paralysis, but we aim to build several solutions for them to also use the app. And we also lack an SOS feature as of now. For example, if they fell unconscious, but we can think of some way that if their phone drops suddenly, we can create a solution out of that. Thank you, everyone.
So lastly, I would like to say that a disability doesn't have to be a social barrier. Good etiquette begins with inclusion, not exclusion.
Thank you, Nandika, Ira, and Krish for that wonderful presentation. So now we have had all our teams present their solutions. So we will be opening a Zoom poll for the audience to vote for their favorite team. This will help us decide our winners. So I'll just be launching the poll in a second, and please vote for your favorite team. I have now closed the poll. Thank you everyone for voting. While we calculate the results, I'd like to thank everyone, all the teams, and congratulations on the amazing proposals you have shared with us. It was truly a joy to see you all work with so much passion and enthusiasm over the past week. On behalf of the Ideathon team, I'd like to convey how proud we are and thank you for your efforts. I'd also like to thank Professor Rucha Joshi and Professor Amit Sheth for all their help and in scoring the teams today. Thanks to the TLP students for volunteering their time as our round one jury, and to my batchmates for taking out the time to be student mentors and guide the finalist teams to refine their presentations. I'd also like to thank my fellow organizing team members, Anshul and Shivang, for their hard work throughout the week to make this event a success. Please give us a few minutes while we calculate which our winning team is, and we'll announce it shortly. So I think the final tally is in, and I'd like to invite Anshul to announce our winning team.
Very good presentation, first of all. I have formulated the scores based on the audience poll and the grading given by Amit sir. In third place with a score of 37 is Team Sahayak. In second place with a score of 57, it's Team Telemedicine. And in first place with a score of 68, it's Team Dream in a Box. Congratulations.
You guys can turn on your cameras so that we can all congratulate you. So you guys did a great job and we're really proud of the work you put in. We'll be telling you your prize later on. So congratulations and thank you so much for participating. I'd now like to hand over to Sanat for the end remarks.
Okay, fantastic. This would have been a lot more upbeat ceremony if it was happening in person. You could not see us clapping and cheering for you from here. I was looking at all the presentations quite closely, as were the other team members, and I must say it's just fantastic the amount of work that you guys have been able to put in, especially considering you're coming from different schools. You met each other only last week. And the ideas already feel so well developed. Congratulations once again to the winning teams as well as to the others.